Electric vehicles and NEMT, top 6 reasons you should consider them. Thanks for clicking our video. Before we get started, please subscribe so you can stay up to date on our content. The transportation industry is facing a paradigm shift. With the rise of electric vehicles, EVs, the need for oil is decreasing, and the number of people interested in clean energy is driving the wave. This is causing a ripple effect throughout the world of transport, and the non-medical emergency transport (NEMT) industry is no exception. Those in the industry are considering EVs as an option for many reasons. EVs are cheaper to operate and maintain than traditional gas-powered vehicles. They also use clean energy and generate zero emissions, so they have a much smaller environmental footprint than conventional vehicles. And, perhaps more importantly, they can save thousands of dollars on fuel costs. Many predict that the NEMT industry will undergo a significant transformation, and EVs are at the forefront of this change. So, if you're looking for a way to improve your NEMT business or considering buying non-emergency medical transportation vehicles for sale, electric vehicles are a great option to consider. Why EVs are the transport of the future for NEMT. Leveraging technology to optimize operations is nothing new in NEMT. Robust software such as RouteGenie makes businesses more profitable, decreases no-shows, improves on-time performance, and creates the most efficient routes that benefit companies, passengers, and drivers. So, adding more technology, such as EVs, into the NEMT business structure is another opportunity to increase profits and take everything to the next level. Here are just a few of the many reasons why electric vehicles are the way of the future for NEMT. 1. Electric vehicles have very low maintenance costs. Electric vehicles have very low maintenance costs. In fact, they are often cheaper to maintain than traditional gasoline-powered vehicles. This is because EVs have far fewer moving parts than their gasoline siblings. They have fewer components that can wear out or break or need replacement. EVs also tend to have a longer lifespan than gasoline-powered vehicles. Their motors are more efficient than gasoline engines because they have fewer parts that will wear out over time. In exchange for all of this, EV owners must consider the hassle, expense, and complex logistics of charging. If you transition to an EV fleet, you must ensure that each unit is fully charged and ready to go after downtime. 2. The cost difference to operate electric versus gas vehicles is significant. Electric vehicles are environmentally friendly and cheaper to operate than gas vehicles. But what does the cost comparison really look like? Let's break it down. When you compare the cost to charge an electric vehicle versus the cost to fuel a gas vehicle, the EV is 3.5 times cheaper per mile than a gas-powered vehicle. This means you will only pay 4 cents per mile when you charge an EV compared to 14 cents per mile in a gas-powered car. 3. Electric vehicles are more energy efficient than traditional gasoline-powered vehicles. Electric vehicles are about 3 times more energy efficient compared to traditional gasoline-powered cars. This means EVs use less energy to travel the same distance as gasoline-powered vehicles. The main reason for this difference in efficiency is that EVs convert energy from electricity. EVs also have regenerative braking, which recaptures energy that would otherwise be lost as heat. This boosts efficiency, with no byproducts that can harm the environment. If you aren't sure about the challenges of incorporating EV vehicles into your NEMT business, we made another video that might be able to help. Visit the link in the description to learn more. 4. Electric vehicles produce zero emissions, making them much better for the environment. Electric vehicles produce zero emissions, making them much better for the environment than traditional gas-powered cars. But making the switch to an electric vehicle means a few compromises. In the NEMT industry, the vehicles must have enough space to carry the medical equipment passengers need. This means heavier vehicles with batteries that can last for longer distances. EVs are already heavy enough with the load of batteries they carry. With the added weight of equipment, passengers, and harsh road conditions, EVs might not be practical to use for longer distances or to drive in rural areas. Some companies might have to change how they route their trips. Travel times will have to be shorter, and routes must include enough charging areas along the way. The lack of emissions from EVs helps create a healthier environment for everyone. However, companies have to consider how to deploy medical transportation vehicles in far-flung areas. 5. Electric vehicles are very quiet, which can be a significant advantage for NEMT providers. The lack of engine noise in EVs compared to gas vehicles can be an advantage. EVs are much quieter, allowing transport companies to offer their services with less disruption to the community. EV technology also has the potential to improve the efficiency of NEMT operations. For example, the regenerative braking systems in many EVs can extend the range of vehicles and potentially reduce the need for frequent stops to charge the batteries. 6. Electric vehicles are becoming increasingly affordable. Electric vehicles are also becoming more reliable and affordable as technology continues to improve. Large fleets are increasingly turning to such vehicles as a cost-effective option. But it's also an ethical decision to care for the planet. Electric vehicles have several advantages when it comes to cost. EVs are not subject to the laws of supply and demand of petroleum and oil. Despite the significant upfront cost, long-term savings are possible with EVs. In addition, many governments now offer incentives, electric vehicle tax credits, and rebates for businesses that switch to electric vehicles, further reducing expenses. Electric vehicles: what to consider before making the switch. More and more transport businesses are considering making the switch to electric vehicles as technology continues to develop. And EVs have many advantages over traditional gas-powered cars. But even so, there are also a few challenges that NEMT companies have to consider before making the switch. For one, NEMT service providers must first ensure that they have the infrastructure in place to support an electric fleet. This includes a reliable and robust charging network and highly trained personnel who can install and maintain charging stations. Business owners must decide how many NEMT vehicles they can have in a fleet, given how expensive they are and the relatively shorter distances EVs can cover. Owners must also consider which routes an EV can best serve and whether they have the infrastructure in place when accidents or breakdowns occur. Finally, NEMT companies will need to consider the impact switching to EVs will have on their customers. In some cases, customers may feel that an EV is less reliable than a traditional vehicle and will not meet their needs. They may still prefer the convenience of conventional gas-powered transport. Make the change slowly but surely. Given the many benefits of EVs to the environment and the industry, making the switch is inevitable for most, if not all, transport providers. Research and technology are making significant advances each year, making the future of EV transport a sure thing for many businesses. So, if you're a NEMT company, consider these benefits and the resources you have now to prepare for the future of transport. Combining traditional vehicles and EVs might be the answer for now, but electric cars will surely move in to make transportation cheaper, cleaner, and more reliable. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and subscribe for more great NEMT content.